But dude, I just made a fucking shitty burrito. Do you like those? Where you just put a bunch of shit in a tortilla and roll it up
Yeah,
and put it in the
man.
microwave?
Oh, fuck yeah.
There's so many options you can do. Because, like, what I put in some pepperonis, some mozzarella cheese, some Velveeta cheese, and some fucking leftover burrito, like breakfast burrito shit. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah, I used to work at McDonald's, and I used to have to make a shitload of breakfast burritos every day. But,
Yeah.
like, I kind of took that knowledge with me, and now it's like, okay, now I'm just gonna throw a bunch of meat into a shell and, like, microwave an egg or whatever. Fucking good to go.
That's all what Mexican food is anyway, just three shit wrapped up.
And that's why we love it.
Oh, fuck yeah, it makes your poo-poo go hard, though.
You just gotta tone down on the sauces.
Dude, that's the best part, though, man.
I can't do hot sauce. Hot sauce fucking kills me.
That sucks, you're white, that's why.
Yeah. I'm like Canada white, so...
So it's like double white? It's like nega white. Welcome to Cyborgs and Dragons. My name is Damien Tacklebrians.
And I'm Skeletroid Blockbuster.
And we got a motherfucking awesome show for you today. Hopefully depression will go away. So for this episode, by the way, we were late this week. Sorry about that. Personal shit got in the way, obviously.
Life happens.
Yeah, you know how it is, but fuck, it's coming. We're not that much late, so it's totally fine. But on this episode, what the fuck was our prompts, Troy?
What was it this week? We had guillotines and basketball.
Yeah, and basketball was suggested by somebody on Twitter that I don't remember right now. I can bring it up, but maybe I'll just use the audio from last week and put it in right here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Here's the audio from last week. First prompt for episode 6 is submitted by Redrich at Armory.
And we're back.
Yeah, thank you so much for suggesting that Twitter thing. Sorry, I forgot your fucking name, but we got a show to do. We just can't be looking up fucking Twitters.
Gotta be moving forward, telling stories and shit.
Like fucking Thomas the Choo Choo Train.
Exactly. Except hopefully not as creepy. But hopefully more creepy.
With more magic. Oh, that's how we do segues, bitches. So, my story tonight is called Come On and Slam, and Welcome to the Jam. By the way, Space Jam. I motherfucking love that movie.
Alright, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. It was so hard to write a fucking future story about basketball and not write Space Jam. Like,
yeah.
I just wanted to, put the Monstars in there and fucking have that fucking Coolio song. Who all was in that? It was like...
Fucking R. Kelly, I think. Because fucking with the fly. It's like, oh. That's fucking Casey and JoJo. I don't fucking know. Casey and JoJo was in that soundtrack too. But I do know motherfucking Method Man was in that soundtrack.
Yeah, and Busta Rhymes.
Fuck yeah. The most hardest fucking movie song ever.
We're going to take over your radio.
That's way more than I know. I just know like the beat.
You
Not
hear
really.
them high, hear them high, hear them high. Now I hear them low, hear them low, hear them low.
Fuck yeah, man. So,
So yeah,
Before
I didn't
die.
write about that, but I fucking wanted to.
oh yeah, I would have. I would have just copied and pasted the Space Jam script. And then, like, here's my story. Because, like, just to be honest, that's a fucking
Just
crazy.
cross
fucking
out
idea.
Michael Jordan and write in Damon.
Yeah, exactly. So this week, Buddy Butterson was a thief. He had long red hair and wore it in a bun like 95% of the time because he was always playing basketball. And by gosh, he was the best. Maybe, I don't know. Is he the best? Let's find out. He invented most of the trick shots you still see today. One day, he planned to rob one of Mrs. Clearly's award-winning, not winning, I don't know what the fuck word that is, award-winning apple pies, but he got caught. Too bad he wasn't as good as a thief than he was at basketball. He was sentenced to death by guillotine, and that's where our story begins.
Oh shit.
Right? The executioner was a large, burly man with hairy forearms. He shoved Buddy's neck into the death hole with so much force that Buddy's neck meat bruised. "Watch it, man! That really hurts," Buddy said, looking up to the executioner. "Well, I hate to break the news to you, boy, but you ain't gonna be needing this anytime soon." The executioner shackled Buddy in place as the crowd waited and then gave the signal. The massive silver blade was lost from its suspension and came crashing down with the force of 14 dwarves. The blade, guided by gravity... like that little sneak in there? The blade, guided by gravity, shows no remorse after peeling into Buddy's flesh inch by inch. Little did everyone know that the pendant that Buddy wore around his neck since the 4th grade was a magical artifact. And I just mentioned this now because... fuck it. Just as Buddy's life force was exiting the Earth realm, the pendant pulled his soul back, bounding Buddy's soul into the nearest object... the guillotine.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude. What the hell happened? Buddy's consciousness fires off. I feel stiff. I don't feel my limbs. Nothing. The entire crowd leaves, and Buddy tries to form tears, but can't. Just then, the spirit figure comes forth to the foot of the guillotine. "Hello, Buddy. I am Lola, the spirit of the pendant. Thank you for letting me free." Then she exits the story. Period. Buddy's mind screams as loud as possible, trying to let anyone know, but wood cannot scream.
That's a fact.
Yeah, right? That is a fact. That night, Buddy is determined to escape from the bolts that bind him. He tries with all his might to move the wooden fixture. Nothing. Tries once more, but just a little harder, and he hears a crack. It can be done, but Buddy's mind strains and pulls enough to get the wood moving. He stumbles down the street, walking past a bar. "Holy shit! I need to stop drinking," a lonely drunk said to himself after spotting the demonic guillotine. Buddy kept walking until he reached his local basketball court in the center of town. He practiced all night. As the sun rose, the basketball team that reserved the court for the epic basketball championship to practice came across Buddy playing. "What the fuck am I seeing right now?" the tallest player said aloud. The team dropped their balls in shock, like in almost every kid basketball movie in the 90s. You know what I mean? Like when they hold the balls and they drop it and it rolls. Yeah, that happened. The wooden death machine dribbled with its blade, and then went for a 540 double burger dunk and made it flawlessly. The whole team went insane and ran up on him. "Oh my god, that was a 540 double burger," the shortest player said. "Yeah, the only... Okay. Yeah, I can't do this voice for some reason. Yeah, fuck, why can't I just say the fucking words in this voice? Yeah, the only... player, that's why, because I forgot the word. Alright. Yeah, the only player to ever land that was our old teammate, but was just sent to death by Guillotine just yesterday, the Faz player said. Just then, the cheering stopped. All the players had a confused look on their face, and finally someone asked, "Buddy, is that you?" The Guillotine gave a nod. The end.
Fuck yeah!
Right? So there's
oh, man!
So in this world, we have a demonic Guillotine that plays basketball, and they're going to the championships.
I like how at first he was having a lot of problems just moving, and then he's able to do the 450 burger.
Yeah, 540 double burger, man. Get it.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
that's even crazier.
I know. Also, I really hope that I'm just gonna say it, but also I really hope that this joke of the name Buddy really went under the radar, because the next story, whenever that's going to be, it's going to be called Air Buddy, the Guillotine Demonic Man, or something like that.
Also, I don't want to jinx anything, but except for that slip up at the very end, I thought you were coming along good with your voices.
Oh, thanks. I just made them up right now, so.
Either way, I thought it was getting pretty good, but that story was fucking awesome.
Thanks, man.
I can't wait to see what the Guillotine does in future stories.
Yeah, that's
or stories set in the future.
Oh,
you never know.
Motherfuckers. The segues are just fucking just dropping panties over here.
This story's called Slam Your Balls in My Rim.
If that's not a porn title, it really has to be. Like, I'm not fucking around on that one. That's just too good.
In the future, everything's porn, so it works.
True.
Alright, anyway, on to the story.
Anyway.
It's the war to end all wars, and it's tonight. Just to be clear, this isn't an actual declaration of war. It's a sports ball match. Head on down to the Lord Exposition Memorial Arena to see Dusty Boulderman and the Desert City Sandstoners face off in an epic confrontation with your hometown heroes, the Electricity Technomancers. Call the number on the screen and get your tickets now.
You're gonna buy the whole seat, but you're only gonna need the edge.
Oh, fuck! The big game's tonight! Said an excited Bread Toasterson as he jumped off the couch.
Did you? Wait, I gotta ask. Did you look at a toaster and be like, "All right, this is gonna be the name"?
I was eating toast.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he was a slice of toast, created by a mad scientist in an event that would be forever known as Night of the Living Bread, where he made a giant loaf of bread in a nuclear reactor and sliced it with a guillotine, which brought each slice to life. They broke out of the lab and went on to live fairly mundane lives, because, hey, you gotta pay the bills somehow. But sometimes, their mundane lives were punctuated by going to the sports ball arena. And I already bought my front row tickets months ago.
Damn.
Bread put on a coat of marmalade and left his apartment to go catch the bus.
Like, is it like a coat, like with little sleeves and everything?
No, I just figured, like, it was like a coat of marmalade. Like, he just put, like, got a knife out and just slid some marmalade on himself. Oh. I don't know, maybe it's one of those double meaning jokes that I just over-explained.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm gonna explain a little bit more. No, I'm not. I'm not. Let's keep going.
The bus ride was a long one, and wasn't really worth writing about, except for when Bread saw a cool-looking dog wearing a mask and cape riding a hoverboard down a back alley. Man, that's a cool-looking dog, Brad thought to himself. I wonder what he's up to.
Me too, Brad. Me too.
Considering this story isn't about that cool-looking dog, Brad used the power of his imagination to dream up a scenario where the dog was chasing down criminals. Like they stole a sack of money that had a big dollar sign on it or something.
I love that the story's not about the dog, but you still talk about the dog, but it's not even like the dog story, it's what he imagines. That's fucking genius, dude. That is so fucking genius.
Then he imagined the dog flying Sorry. Then he imagined the dog flying to the police station with the criminals freaking out, like only being held by a piece of their clothing in the dog's mouth. Then he imagined the mayor giving the dog a key to the city.
Nice.
By the time he'd finished dreaming up his imaginary story, the bus had arrived at the Lord Exposition Memorial Arena. Brad got off the bus and waited in the huge line that had formed at the arena's doors. This really wasn't worth writing about, except for the group of protesters that had formed near the line. It was a group of snailians, who were all holding signs that said things like, "Sandstoners, more like bad stoners." They weren't good at coming up with catchphrases. They were quickly escorted off the premises at gunpoint by security. So quickly, in fact, that Blarg Blobbington didn't even have enough time to say any lines in this story. Brad waited in the line, finally making his way into the arena. He went to the concession stand to get some popcorn, and waited in yet another boring line that really wasn't worth writing about. Except for the fight that broke out between the beer vendor and a zombie who was way past his limit. The vendor cut him off because he was drunk as fuck. So drunk that the zombie's dick was hanging out of his pants. And he was in front of his kids, who were still embarrassed from that time on the Taco Beans podcast when he tried getting them into a bar. The zombie threw a punch at the beer vendor, who promptly set the zombie on fire. Brad leaned in and got a little toasty. He then got his popcorn and went to find his seat. After Brad sat down and munched on a few handfuls of popcorn, the game began. It wasn't really worth writing about, except... Oh, wait, it totally fucking was!
You got me, dude. I thought you were just gonna be like, yeah, fuck it. You got me.
The arena lights lowered, and all kinds of spotlights started flashing all over the place. Stripper poles descended from the ceiling, and skeleton strippers slid down the poles and started grinding. Then the announcer got on the loudspeaker to hype up the crowd. "Ladies, gentlemen, aliens, sentient pieces of food, it's time for the big game!" "He's talking about me!" Brad yelled as the crowd roared in approval. "Let's hear it for the away team, the Desert City Sandstoners." The floor rumbled during the pre-game tradition. Two cheerleaders held one of those long sheets of paper for the team to bust through, and they sure did, on fucking dirt bikes. They went off a ramp, did some cool mid-air dirt bike tricks, and landed in a way that had to have been choreographed. "And here come the hometown heroes, the Electricity Technomancers." Bolts of electricity burst forth from the locker room, killing a guy who didn't have rubber-soled shoes. It was pretty brutal. Like, you know that fatality in Mortal Kombat where Raiden explodes his opponent's head with electricity? It was kind of like that. Only his dick exploded. The Technomancers walked through the electricity, so you could only see their silhouettes. They were badasses. There were only 4 of them, though, where a standard sports ball team has 5. Before anyone could ask about it, they used salt to draw a circle on the floor, directly underneath the sports ball hoop. They lit candles, and drew what looked like a floppy disk inside the circle. Then the technomancers held hands around the circle and started chanting. Smoke began to arise, and a form began to appear. What could they be summoning? What could it be?
I don't know, hopefully it's Lola.
As the smoke cleared, a giant stepped forward, decked out in a sports ball jersey with a C on the front, indicating that he is either the captain or enough of a cunt that he'd be branded as such.
That's the next level of country when you fucking have like branding based
You're
on...
such a cunt, you get this fucking C. Yeah. Here you go. Now everybody knows.
It's like that fucking movie with Emma Stone with the fucking Easy A, but with cunt instead of...
His body was translucent, kinda ghost-like, but very solid. Looking up at his face, he only had one eye. Hi, my name's Gumdrop.exe.
What?
They summoned a Cyberclops.
What?
A program created specifically for their excellence at sports ball. The Sandstoners were nervous. They were thankful that I didn't have enough space left to actually write out the details of their defeat, let alone how a sports ball match is played. But believe me, it was a spectacular game. Explosions were going off everywhere, the competitors got burned, broken, and bloodied, and things really got heated up after the end-of-quarter steroid injections. Gumdrop dunked that laser ball like his ancestors threw people into volcanoes.
Yeah.
He also threw a couple of the Sandstoners into the courtside volcano because, hey, if there's one there, you may as well throw somebody into it. After the game, Brad went to get Gumdrop's autograph and was promptly eaten by the Cyberclops, who fucking loved marmalade but didn't tell anyone until just now. The end.
Rad, dude. That was your best story yet.
Yeah, I kind of tried to tie all kinds of threads together with this one.
Yeah. That was rad, dude.
With the Lord Exposition Memorial Arena.
Also, is Gumdrop a fucking robot or a cyborg now?
It's like a program.
Oh.
Like a digital program. It's like Digimon. Because that's topical.
That's topical as fuck, dude. Rad.
Truth be told, I miss that show.
I actually never watched it because I was that kid where it was like, what the fuck? Why are they ripping off Pokemon even though it's like the same shit?
Yeah, I was like that too, but then I realized that the show was pretty good and Pokemon's show was shit, but the games were awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I haven't heard the feedback from last episode. I don't know if people want us talking about Pokemon again.
And I was going to say, because like, yeah, we'll just stop talking.
Oh, speaking of last episode, I still have to put my dick in your ear.
What? Wait, what?
Okay, when I went to get that Pokemon Red box, and I was like, you'll probably have to edit this out, you sang a lovely song where you wanted me to put my dick in your ear. So I'm just saying, like, I'll do it.
Alright. When we meet up, whenever that is.
Alright.
Keep it going, baby. Chocolate starf. I've done this joke literally every single episode, and I keep cutting it out. Like, every fucking time. I don't know why I keep doing it. I cut it out every time. Like, just stop. Just stop, brain. Wait, let me get into character. Name's
Suck it down.
Right. I'm Professor Taco Beans.
And I'm No, I'm not.
I know. I'm Dr. Taco Beans. What's up, guys?
Yeah, I'm Professor Blockbuster. And it's time again for Storytelling 101.
Hell yeah, man. So today's curriculum is add a sex scene. It's awesome. Because boobs are awesome, dicks are awesome, sex is awesome. Makes your story awesome. I'm saying awesome too much.
Well, you might be overselling it a little bit, but you can't really understate how awesome sex scenes are. Because it's like, when you get really descriptive, like that's the best time to get super filthy about things. And, you know, if that's what you're going for, like, if you're trying to, like, make the audience go, fuck, what the fuck are these guys doing?
Yeah.
Like, why am I even listening to this? Put a sex scene in there.
Also, I think we get to add a sex scene in our stories.
Yeah, mine are just mostly about dicks and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, maybe next time.
Yeah, definitely. When we add a female character to our Pantheon. Or what the fuck? I don't know what word I'm talking about. To our mythos.
That's, I don't know, I keep, like, thinking about writing girl characters, and then I'm just like, well, they don't have dicks, so it's not as funny.
Yeah, because I mean, I have girl characters in my like banks, like my brain banks. I just haven't got a story for them yet, though. You know what I mean? You gotta, just like when you add a sex scene to a thing, you do actually have to. You can't just plant it in, plop it in there for no reason, because like you have to build it up.
But you can describe it like that, though. He plopped it in for no reason.
I mean, if you do that, then I guess, yeah. Like Skeletor walks in the bar. He plopped it in with for no reason. The end. But like legit though, but like what you were saying with making it just filthy as possible. That's good for like if you want like one like style of joke. But if you want to like make it sensual and sexy, you could totally do the fuck out of that though. It's harder, way harder, because you have to like sit down and like think about it. Besides just being like, yo, his dick got big, and then she stroked it for a bit, and then like the cum just kept going everywhere, you know. You have to like.
Oh man, I'm getting kind of hot already.
Oh yeah, especially with that monotone voice, like the cum keeps going everywhere and everywhere.
The cum keeps going everywhere.
Bueller, where's your dick? No, but like. You know
I'm Ben Stein, and I'm coming everywhere.
What the fuck? What the fuck was he the sponsor of?
Clear Eyes.
Clear Eyes.
Get the red out.
Oh my god! Because the jizz is in your eyes, man. That's why.
And he was hanging out with Shaq, and Shaq's probably got a big dick.
Well, of course, he has a big dick.
So like, you need them clear eyes. Fuck, that should have been my basketball story. Ben Stein fucking Shaq.
On the moon. Because it's future. But this lesson has gone off the road. If you've got anything to add, we just should add it now. Otherwise, I think we're done. You know what I mean?
Class dismissed. Alrighty, well that was another crazy episode.
Crazy! It was so crazy that it was crazy. The fuck am I doing? So, yo, man. Next episode is episode whatever the fuck it is. 7? Yes, episode 7. What is our prompts?
We're gonna be talking about rock monsters.
Oh, fuck.
And cannons.
Yeah. And the rock monsters means anything. It could be, like, ground monsters. It could be hard monsters. Or it could be, like, Woo! Rock monsters.
And cannons could be anything too. Well, mine's probably just going to be dick cannons, but you know.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
Oh, they knew.
Before they clicked on.
They were like, I bet you that next episode's going to be about dick cannons.
Yeah, probably. And like you're just gonna shoot out like little dwarves into like a space station and it looks like a fucking like a vagina.
I am now.
Like a Death Star with a vagina on it. So if you want to follow the show, listen to on it. If you want to follow the show, listen in on iTunes, Stitcher, or brand new, tune in and follow the show at CND_podcast for our Twitter. And also, I'm going to be a shameless little asshole right now and be like, yo, follow me on Instagram, dude. Like, you can totally do that. I've been using it more. Exclusive videos.
I, on the other hand, I don't Instagram. I do enjoy listening to Damon breathe, though.
Move it, football head. Hey, Arnold.